Jai Hind students. Today I am again going to continue with the Python's revision 2 and it's my third session of Python. Yesterday we discussed about the mutable and immutable data types in Python. Today again I am going to repeat the mutable and immutable data types and other things are mentioned here as an objectives of today. As you can see here, mutable and immutable data types that we'll discuss. Then what is expression in Python, typecasting, then we have a math, library functions, a statement flow control, if conditionals, storing conditions and looping statement. These are the objectives of today. Let's see the mutable and immutable data types. As yesterday we discussed, the mutable and immutable data types are the two broad types of data type we have in Python, where mutable means changeable and immutable means not changeable. It means in mutable data types we can change the data place value or we can change the place value of data. In case of immutable, we cannot change the place value of any element. For example, if it is a string RAM you stored in Python, RAM as a string you stored and you are trying to change the position of A or you are trying to change the A, that is a second element in the RAM. Not possible because the string is immutable data type. And likewise integer, then float, boolean, string, tuples, these are immutable data types. And we have only three mutable data types in Python. One is list, second is dictionary and third is a set. So data types which never allow you to change the place of any element in that data is called immutable, and data types which allow us to change the place value is called mutable. That is what the mutable and immutable data types are. We discussed yesterday this thing. Now come to the expression. Now expression are any valid operators, any valid assignment, any valid declaration that you do in Python can be considered as an expression. For example, if I'm using x equal to 2 is assignment expression. If I'm saying x equal to 2 plus 2, it's again the arithmetic expression. If I'm saying x equal to y by z, it's again the expression. If I'm saying x greater than y, it's again the relational expression I'm talking. So expression any valid set of operator symbols that we write in Python can be considered as expression. Even you are writing simply print. Under bracket you said enter your name or something like that. Now this is not an expression because it's a statement. So every expression is a statement, but every statement is not an expression. Expression means some declaration from your side in Python, some calculation that you are trying to do can be considered as expression. So I hope now you are getting what expression is. So mathematical expression once I am talking or arithmetic expression once I am talking, these two can be example. It can be a string expression also, like Ram plus Syam. Once suppose Ram and Syam you written somewhere, it means you are trying to add the two string. Is a string expression you are talking. Likewise, once you are using greater than or less than symbol, then you are talking about the relational expression. So expression are basically any valid set of operators that we use in Python to do some task is an expression. It may be assignment, it may be relational, it may be arithmetic, it may be a string. These are what or it may be logical also. For example, A greater than, you may say A greater than B and B greater than C. Here and is one of the logical expression I am using. So either the set of operators that should be the valid one in Python once I am using to write a program, or expression. Now the next topic of today's is typecasting. Now typecasting means data type conversion. Now typecasting word generally we use whenever in Python user try to convert one data type into another. So it's a user defined. Now in Python there are two types of typecasting, implicit and explicit. Implicit typecasting are the typecasting or data type conversion which automatically takes place in Python. You have a need to convert it. But in case of explicit conversion or explicit typecasting, user has to perform some task to convert it into the other data type. That's why it's called typecasting. It's a user defined, and for that we have to use the type and an expression that you want to convert. For example, if I want to convert, suppose int, I want to convert the int and then I'm writing again 2.0. Now this 2.0, as you can see, this is a float and I want to store in x. X is an integer type, so int explicitly I mention here to convert this value that was in float. Now this 2.0 will be converted into the integer and stored in the x. This is what the typecasting is. So typecasting means in Python explicit conversion of data type, and that we have to do by the help of type and then expression. Here type means the type of data type you want to convert. It can be int, it can be a string. This is what the, and then the expression either in the form of, you may say 5 by 2 or you may say 5 by 2. Once this expression will be validated and converted into int and stored in the x. This is what the typecasting is. So I hope typecasting is a data type conversion that is user defined and it's explicit conversion of data type in Python. That is what typecasting means. Next is math library function. Now, as you all know, there is a set of library in Python, and library is collections of modules in Python, ready-made collections of module of different types that help us to perform different tasks are called library. And one of the module in the Python library is math module, which help us to perform all the mathematical tasks. And in your book, you have a set of functions, mathematical function that you can use to perform different kind of tasks. For example, a square root. But before using any mathematical function from the math module of the mathematical library, we have to import it, and that is import, import, and simply say math. Once you set the import math as a first statement in the Python program, then you can use the math function like math.sqrt, square root, under bracket you can say 9, you may get the 3. I hope it's okay. So here math is a module and this sqrt is a function which is a part of mathematical module. So function, you know, function name, open close bracket, then the value that you want to use it. There are some set of methods in the math module in Python library. I'll discuss the one by one for you, and if you have any query you may let me know further. Not yet, later you can let me know if there is any query. Set of functions, for example, the first function in your book is cell method. There is a cell and flow. Now cell method which gives you the minimum value, cell, as you can say, there are two functions, one is a floor, one is a cell. Now that sometime confusion is there in these two methods. Its function returns the smallest integer not less than num, not less than num. Num is a value that will enter with the cell. How to use it? You have to use the math again, math.cell under bracket, suppose 1.09 will give you 1.0, or it will give you, just a minute, 1.09 or anything like this. It will give you the next digit, that is 2.0. But if it is a negative, that is, suppose math.cell under bracket minus 1.09, now it will give you simply minus 1. This is what the cell function is. So this function basically return the maximum values not more than the number that you pass as an integer. As you can see it here, in case of positive, it giving me the 2.0. In case of negative, it giving me the -1 as a result. That is one of the method CEIL, and it's one of the mathematical function in Python. Not required much, not again used much, but it's one of that. SQRT, as I just mentioned, square root. This function simply again give you the square root of any number entered as a parameter or argument in this function. So math.sqrt under bracket any number you can pass. Math.exp. Now here e is exponent or exponential values whose values always again fixed, and it's approx 2.1872. So you can find out the values of this exponential and power that you mention. It will give you the power raised to that. That is what math.exp. And math.fabs, its absolute value, it will give you simply the value that you passed without any sign. It means if it is a minus, you'll get the positive value. If it is positive, even you'll get the positive value. So simply it will ignore the sign that you pass as an argument. Now floor and CIL, there is a relation between both. As CIL I mentioned, it returned the smallest integer not less than num. A smallest integer not less than num, and floor say it's return you the highest again integer not again greater than num. This is only the difference, but the result will be just opposite of the CIL in the case of floor. For example, in this case 1.09 you are getting 2.0, but here we will get in the case of flow simply 1.0, and here in the case of minus 1.09 it will give you -2. This is the difference between CIL and flow. Like then we have a log values, and simply give you the logarithmic value of the value that will pass as integer. We have a log 10, it's a simply give you the logarithm value of base 10, and power will simply raise the power on a number or to a number. The power you that mention, it means it's taking the two parameter like 5,5 will give you the power raise 5 on 5, means 5 into 5 into 5 into 5. That is what the power is. Then we have a sign, simply give you the sign SINE of the value that you passed. But keep one thing in mind, the value that you pass is in radian. It means it should be the pi by 2 you can say, simply 3.14 by 2 you can pass for the 90 if you want. And likewise math cos will give you the cosine of the value that you pass in radian, and math 10 will give you the tangent of any value that you pass in a radian. Then we have a math dot degrees, converts angle x that is in radian into the degree, and simply the math dot radians convert the degree into the radian. That is what the difference between math dot degrees and math dot radians and math dot FMOD. Modules it is, modulus value it is, so simply it will give you the remainder after dividing the first number by the second number. And then we have a factorial. As you all know, factorial of any number if you want to find in Python, you have to use the math dot factorial under bracket any argument that you want. For example, if you pass the 5, you will get the 120 as a value, 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. And that is what it is. And GCD, this is the greatest common divisor of the integer x and y. So once you will pass the any two parameter in this function, it will see the what the maximum values by which the both number will be divisible. So for example, if I'll mention, just a minute, for example, greatest common factor, it means if I'll use the math dot suppose GCD, math.gcd. I hope you are not able to see this marker stop functioning. Math.gcd under bracket 6,8. Now math.gcd, this is the greatest common divisor, and 6,8 means, as you can see, 1 is a number by both can be divisible, 2 is again the number by both can be divisible, 3, 6 can but 4 can't, 4, 8 can but can't 6. It means the total is 2 is a greatest again common divisor by which the both number is divisible, because 2 3s are 6 and 2 4s are 8. If you go by 3, so 3 2s are 6, but again you will not get the 8. That is what the GCD is. These are the overall functions of the math module of Python library, and some of the functions definitely will come in the examination, and that is what math library functions are. Now, statement flow control. Now here we'll talk how the Python program executes. Normal program executes line by line. It means whatever the way you written and whatever the sequence of the statement are in your program, simply it goes top to bottom approach. That is what the normal statement execute. But that depend on the kind of a statement it is, depend on the conditional statement, depend on the looping. If it is a part of the program, then it will keep on again repeating the same if it is a loop. If it is a conditional statement, then if the condition is satisfied, it will go to keep on executing the statement within it, and otherwise it will jump to the else part of it. And that is what normal program flow. A statement can be compound also. Compound means once we have a statement and then again other statement, like any block that you start in your program is considered to be a compound statement. And in compound statement, it goes inside and execute all and then come out. This is how normal program execute, and that's called a statement flow control. If there is a declaration of anything in the Python program, then that statement will execute first. For example, a definition of the function, compiler directly again goes to that line where there is a declaration of anything and execute it and then come back. If you are calling a method, then again that statement will take the control to the again body of the function that you have written and execute it and then come back. This is how normal program statement flow. Then come to the if conditionals. Now, in your program, Python program, you have need to apply some condition. Sometime you want to check something, and for that we are using the if statement. Let's see. Now, if suppose if x greater than y, then you want something to be executed. This is indented line, it means it's the body of this. Now, if is a conditional statement in Python which help us to evaluate a condition, like here I am trying to check x greater than y or not. If x value is greater than y, then this all statement will execute, otherwise it will jump to the else if else is a part of if statement. So there is a simple if statement. If you just want to check a condition, you just apply the if, write the condition in bracket or without bracket. But after that, you have to mention a colon. This is again, sometime you are creating a block. It means all the statement followed by that should be indented for a space by default. Otherwise, you can give some tab. So this is what the if body is. Condition true, then it will go inside and execute the statement. That is a simple if. If can be in the form of if, then else. Now this is another flavor of if. In this case, if the condition of the if is not satisfied or not evaluated as true, then it will jump to the else part. Let's see, if x greater than y, then you said something, else you said something. It means the else part of this body will only activate or evaluate once the if is false. If the if is true, then it will execute the body of if and it will jump out of the else. Then next statement after the else, whatever it is, it will follow. That is the second flavor of the if else. Third is if, then elif. Now in this case, if I want to check a condition, if the condition is false, simply the control goes to the else. But I don't want the control should go to the else. I want control should go to the another condition. It means first if, then whatever the condition you have, then you can say elif. Then again whatever the condition you have, and then of course inside it there is a statement, and then there is a else. Now see, if there is a condition, if condition is true, it will directly go to this. If the condition is false, then it will not jump to the else, it will go to the elif and check it. If it is true, it will execute it. Otherwise, it will go to the else. So there are two flavors of if elif. One is if elif. Second is if elif else. Your if elif can be without else also, and your if elif can be with else also. These are the three different flavors of the if conditionals which generally use in Python program to check out the condition that you want to evaluate. And there are many programs in your book. Kindly go through it and you will come to know how this if works. Then storing conditions. Now condition whatever we are giving, again and again we are evaluating. Sometimes it seems to be cumbersome to evaluate a condition and again. For example, I want A equal to B and B equal to C and C equal to D. This is my condition that I want to check. If normal program I'll write, then you can understand I have to write if A equal to B, then I have to say and, then again B equal to C and C equal to D. This much big a statement you have to write than whatever the statement you want. But with the storing conditions, what you can do, you can store this all statement, whatever the statement you want. For example, if A equal to B and B equal to C, these are the two conditions that I will check. Say, suppose L equal to this. It means this both statement that you want to check is stored in L. Now simply you can say if L then colon. It means it is going to evaluate the same statement. This is how to store a condition or simply storing a condition in Python. I hope you're getting. You have to have all condition, stored it a particular variable and use that variable name directly in your if condition or wherever you want to check. This is how storing condition in Pythons are. Now next and last topic is looping statement. Loop, as you all know, is one of the tools with us or feature in programming language which help us to iterate or repeat a particular segment of the code more than once or till it required to be executed. That is what the loop is. In Python, we have the two loop, for loop and while loop. These are the two loop in Python. We can use it. Now, both loops help us to iterate or repeat a particular segment of code. For example, if you are talking about the if, let's see. For I in range under bracket 1, 10. Now since it's a loop and you want some statement that you want to execute if till this condition. Here I is a variable name which value keep on varying from 1 to 10. Now this is the initial value, that is the last value, and by default if there is no increment it will keep on incrementing by 1. It means I value will start from the 1 and it will iterate the whatever the statement are inside it. Then I will be incremented by 1, 2, and it will check 2 less than 10, yes, again it will iterate. Then again 2 plus 1, 3, and again it will check 3 less than 10, yes, and it will go till 9. If you are mentioning 1 to 10, it means it will execute 1 to 9. It means to iterate or repeat the 10 times, the one more again value should be as the last value, because always it execute from the starting till the last value minus 1. That is what for loop is. Range is a function which execute, which have a value, one value or more than one value. 3 values can be there, like 1, 10, 1. Here what I want to mention, starting is 1, till it will go to the 10, that is a 9, and by 1 it will increment. If I'll mention the 2, then starting with the 1, incremented by 2 every time. So 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 2, 7, 7 plus 2, 9, likewise, and 9 it will end because 10 means till 9 it will execute. This is what the range function is. The range function is a function in Python which repeat or generate the values from 1 to the last number that you passed as an argument. If I mention the 5, it will give me the 0 to 4, or 5 times it will iterate. That is what the range function is. So this is one of the for loop method. Now in case of while is another loop. You may say for is a finite loop and while is an infinite loop. While we use whenever we are not sure how many times this loop will execute. For example, I want to find the square root of a number entered by the user until user want to execute, or till user want to find out the square root. In this case, I am not sure how many times user will like to go. I can use the while. But if I know the 10 times or 20 times or 30 times this square root will be generated, the for is better. Otherwise, both loops' purpose is to iterate or to repeat a particular segment of code. Now come to the while. Suppose I equal to 1. This is the one statement I made. Then I said while I less than equal to 10. And then a statement, and you said I equal to I plus 1. Here what is happening, there are 3 again different sections of the while: initialization, then the condition, and this is increment or decrement depend on initialization and till what you want. Suppose 1 to 10 I want to iterate. It means it will start from the 1, then it will add the value 1, 2, 2 less than 10, yes. It will go to the 2 plus 1, 3, 3 less than 10, yes. 4, 3 plus 1, 4, 4 less than 10, and this way the body of the loop will execute. This is what the while loop is. So what is loop? Is one of the feature or a tool in any programming language which help us to repeat a particular segment of code more than once or till it's required. That is what the loop is, or called looping statement. So I hope this all statement or objectives of today is very clear. If you have any doubts in this all again topics covered today, kindly let me know through the WhatsApp number, and go through this Python, all 3 sessions of mine so far I covered. Have a note and try to digest the things. Any confusion, if anyone having, so kindly feel free and let me know that problem. Next session of mine, I'll again continue with the Python, same revision tour 1, session 4 of mine tomorrow. Thank you all.